The MVP of the NBA was announced yesterday, and it was won by Nikola Jokic. And he's the first center.
We knew that. We knew that, though. We talked about that.
Yeah, we kind of knew.
We said that was going to be the
and
case.
again, for everybody to understand, the media does the voting.
Yes.
This is done by the NBA media. I was not asked to vote, so don't blame me. But is the first center since Shaq in 2000 to win MVP. He's not a traditional center, although, still, it is the first center. 91 first-place votes. 91, which is incredible. Joel Embiid was the runner-up. He had one first-place vote. Also a center, though, but one first-place vote. So this was a runaway. And I know our two guys that love Philly, Pat Costello, Alan Yates, both producers, they feel like this is – well, how would you guys describe it, this award for Jokic? I'll let you guys say it.
Well, it's a perfect attendance award.
Is it?
As far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Agreed.
For sure.
Well, I mean,
because Embiid missed time and Jokic didn't.
Well, I mean, the NBA is going to reward that, and we've had multiple. Well,
NBA media
is going to reward that because multiple people have said, "Well, you got to be there, you got to show up." But I mean, for Joel Embiid to have one first place vote, I mean that's stupid.
For him to have the same amount of votes as Derrick Rose is a travesty.
I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that. Vote. I didn't have a vote.
The devil is a liar.
So he shows up.
Derrick Rose was a fan vote.
So he shows up.
How many votes did you put in?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
As a fan.
I can't. I cannot say.
His perfect attendance is showing up and being available.
But
nobody in Denver is watching him, first of all, because they're not on TV locally.
That is pretty amazing.
So you get rid of that. And then from a national standpoint, how many games do we actually see Denver in a national spotlight?
We've seen them a lot more than you think. But, again, this is voted by NBA media, whose job is to watch.
I get it.
Everything.
I understand it.
It's a cute little narrative.
But when I'm watching him, even though he had a good game, and I'm watching Embiid just yesterday alone, that doesn't look the same. And when you tell me the first center since Shaq, and then you use Shaq and him in the same breath, I frown. But if you'd have said Embiid and Shaq, I wouldn't have frowned like that because Embiid's game I just like that more than I like that. That doesn't appeal to me.
I know, you're big on the
I don't
visual.
want to get lost in the conversation, though, because I feel like Joel Embiid should definitely have more than one first-place vote.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm not going to sit up here and say that Nikola Jokic doesn't deserve to be the MVP. Dude almost average a triple-double now. So I know you can sit there and say it doesn't look right, it doesn't feel sexy. But if you watch basketball, though, I mean, what he's doing on the court is pretty special. Dude did average 26 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, close to 9 assists. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, it's pretty special. And without Jamal Murray, he kept him in the upper echelon of the West.
He deserves to be the MVP, but based on what I saw throughout the course of the season, whenever Embiid was on the court, it flashed to me more.
Let me ask you a question.
What I like. That's all.
You're going by the visual.
If you were a guard that can put in work at your size, your frame, who would you rather have on your team? Would you rather have Jokic or would you rather have Embiid? Because I'll tell you, as a guard, pick and pop with the way this dude can pass, and the way he can move and shoot, that's a guard's dream. You're the worst.
I just want to know.
Literally, if I come up a screen, I have dual options with you.
Okay.
You have the versatility to either roll to the basket and make a play because you have good footwork, right? Or you can pop out and I can kick it back to you and you can either make a three or you can put the ball down on the ground and make a play with your passing ability, seeing over the top.
I just wanted you to explain.
Yes, I just wanted to explain it and break it down for the people that didn't know what pick and pop meant.
Again, like we can break down his game and his impact. Obviously, the Nuggets were a very good team this year, and he was a big part of their winning. But it's also another remarkable story, not just because it's yet another international player to win the MVP. That's 3 in a row now. Giannis wins 2, and then he wins this one. Giannis was the lowest drafted player to win the MVP until this. Jokic was a second-round pick. He was a second-round pick. You know, he told the story to Rachel Nichols. He was sleeping when he was drafted. He was home. He didn't even think about it. He was sleeping. So, it is still what he's made himself into is also something to celebrate. A player who was considered overweight. Michael Malone was wearing the T-shirt yesterday when celebrating it about overweight, too slow.
Big conversation this offseason. How is he going to come back? What kind of shape is he going to come back in? And let's not forget, like how dominant Jamal Murray was last year in the bubble now.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
50-point games. Yeah.
dominant. So the fact that they've been able to sustain without him,
Right.
And Michael Porter Jr. has ascended, the team is on their way.
Yeah, no, shows you how important he's been. But he had a terrific season, no doubt about it. But yes, we always look at the voting and wonder, how did this player get a vote? LeBron got 1 vote overall, a 5th-place vote. 1. Keeps the streak going. Steph Curry got some first-place votes, so that's where it's at. But Embiid was 2. So where the NBA is right now, 2 centers at 1 and 2 in the MVP voting after this season. But